Hey everybody, this is Matt with Life Story Coaching. This is a message I didn't want to share, but I've been driving from Fraser, Colorado, all the way to Austin, Texas, and I'm about 34 miles outside of Amarillo. And it's been tugging at me now for the past several hours that I'm supposed to share this with you guys. Now, a lot of you know that I've talked openly about depression, and it's something that I'd like to say I've been kicking depression in the ass now for the past several years. But every now and then it gets me. Now, it's easy for me to talk about depression, after I've been through it. What's not easy is for me to talk when I'm in it. And that's what I had to do just the other night. The other night, I was with an amazing group of guys. It was about 50 amazing men of faith that we were all kind of gathered together, hanging out for the week out in Colorado. And one of the last nights together, we did some check-in work where every man could have a chance to check in and talk about what's going on in their life right now. And there I was struggling. I was feeling depression coming on. I had no idea where it was coming from. Sometimes it just happens that way. I just felt like this overwhelming feeling of just like sadness and loneliness and all of these lies being told in my head about having value in this world or, all of this stuff. It's just not true. Now, what's hard for me about it is that I don't like talking about it when I'm in it because my biggest fear is that there are people out there that I know that don't understand what depression is or what it feels like. And it's something they can't be with. Or they have a family member that had depression or has depression, and it was really traumatic for them to be with that individual. And so today, when somebody has depression, it's hard for them to be with. It's triggering them, and they want to leave that situation. So my fear is that I'm going to tell somebody I'm having a hard time, and they're not going to get it, and they're just going to leave. And that was really hard for me too, because I love this group of guys. They are some amazing people. I'm very close to them. And my biggest fear is that I would say something and some of them wouldn't understand and they'd walk out. They would look at me differently going forward. People wouldn't look at me as a very successful coach or somebody that could serve others because I have my own issues. Well, I decided that instead of doing my normal routine, which would be one, either putting on a mask and putting on a show for everybody, maybe talk about something else that's vulnerable in my life other than that. Or I would isolate. I'd withdraw. I found myself trying to do both of those things. And then as it was time to check in, not every guy had to go. I normally do share. And this was the one night where I didn't want to share. And I did. And I told all of them the same things I'm telling you. And one of the best ways I can describe how depression feels is depression is almost like it makes the brain unable to receive love. That's what it feels like. You're incapable of receiving love. I've been blessed with some amazing self-awareness over the past couple years. And I had a moment right in that time to actually speak up and say something and say, look, guys, I'm struggling. I need help right now. And I knew how to ask for it too. I didn't need to be fixed. I didn't need somebody to try and solve my problem. I didn't need someone to tell me that I'm a good guy, or that everything's going to be okay. You know what I need in those situations is I just need a hug. As simple as that. I need people to stay with me, not leave my side. Something so simple, just be with me. Even if you don't understand depression, the fact that you're just with me is amazing. Those are real friends right there. The kind of friends that don't understand your situation, but would be with you and be by your side because they might not get what you're going through, but they get you. They love you as is. And they'd be willing to go through that challenging time just to be with you. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad I had that moment Because honestly, I was just ready to break down into tears. And I did. But not one man in that room out of 50 guys left. Not one of them left. In that moment, by coming out and being open about that, I was able to slay and defeat every single one of the lies being told in my head at that moment. So I encourage people, when you're hurting, this is why I do the work that I do. You know, when you're hurting, reach out to your inner circle. And if you don't have somebody in that circle yet that you can go to about this stuff, you come to me. You reach out to me. I'll be there for you. Because no matter how successful you are in life, nobody is immune to experiencing this. It happens to some of the most successful, highly functioning people out there. And some people have never experienced it, and that's fine too. But if you know somebody who's going through depression, you know somebody who's struggling with this, show some empathy, show some compassion. You don't have to understand it. You just have to love them if you can. Be there with them. You don't have to fix them. And I'm telling everybody right now, I don't need any fixing. I don't need any advice right now. I know a lot of you want to do that, and it comes from a place of love, but I don't need that. I'm very blessed, and I have a great circle of friends. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. So I felt compelled to share this message with you, because whether it's depression or it's any other issue, it is hard to share what's going on when you're in the middle of it. So if you have a chance, hit that pause button. Hit that pause button in your heart, in your mind, and say, I have a chance to reach out, and I have a chance to say I need help with something. In the moment, when you're in the mess, reach out. And if you don't have that person again, you reach out to me, because I'll be there. I'll do whatever I can to serve, because that's what I do. I help my clients do that stuff. And look, just because I'm good at serving others in this situation does not mean that I'm immune to being depressed or going through these issues either. It just means I've got a lot of different tools in my tool belt to help navigate through this situation. And I feel like I've become a pro at it. But today I had to be vulnerable and share something with you guys. I hope it lands home with you. So if you want to be successful in your life and in your career, you got to know how to ask for help. You have to know how to ask for what you need. I love you all. I hope this message is received with love. I pray that you live with a courageous heart. Thank you.